Now that you've got Cloud Backup for Salesforce protecting your Salesforce organizations, as you can see through all of this data that appears for you here on the dashboard, ultimately you may have the occasion to execute a restore. To do that, we log on to Cloud Backup for Salesforce and we go to the Restore tab up at the top. Now there are a number of different ways that you can execute restores. Remember, in Cloud Backup for Salesforce, you don't pick individual things to back up. You don't tell it to back up fields or records or objects or metadata. You go into the settings under backup settings and you essentially just tell it how often you want it to run. But when you go to do restore, you do have that granularity. So we can see here on the Restore tab, fields, records, organization, objects, metadata, and even the ability to restore records through an exported CSV file. If you're wondering what the differences are, when we're talking about a field, we're talking about one value within an entry. And those entries are referred to as records. So you can have records for various types of objects. For instance, you can have a number of accounts. You can have a number of contacts. You can have a number of opportunities. One field value for any individual record of that object type. If that's what you're looking to restore, you go into Restore Fields. If you need to restore an entire record, perhaps someone deleted a record. They deleted a contact's information and you want to put that back. They deleted an entire account. They deleted an opportunity. That would be to restore the entire record. Restoring objects allows you, as it says, to restore every record of selected objects. So you could go in and you could restore all of your accounts. And when might you need to do that? Well, let's say you rolled out some type of brand new customization, which was going to change how accounts work, add additional fields to them, for instance, and it ends up overwriting a number of different fields that already existed. Do I want to have to worry about putting those back one at a time? Probably not. I would just say restore all of my accounts, and that would put everything back the way you needed it. If you suffered some type of catastrophic disruption, well, you could restore the entire organization, including all objects and records, and we can even restore organization level metadata. So let's take a look at a couple of these. If I go into Restore Fields, we can see it's essentially a little two-step wizard. So step one, do you want to search within backup data for what you want to restore, or do you want to import it in from a CSV? If I do search, I have to pick the object type, and I have to enter in a keyword. You'll notice if I click search, it tells me that I must enter something in that box. Select the record that you want to select fields for and click next. And now you have to select your backup range. So let's say I want to restore something within the last couple of weeks. Find the backup in question that you can see all of the various fields down here at the bottom. Now I could potentially select all of them, or I could select the specific one that I wanted to restore. It shows you the backup value, that is the value of that field within that backup, and compares that to the current value. It's just that simple. Select what you want, click Restore Now to execute. Now, if I'm going to do record level restore though, that's of course going to look a little bit different. If we go back to Restore and I click Restore Records, when I come in here, you can see we've got more choices. First, confirm the organization where you want to do the restore if you have multiple organizations. And remember, we saw in our app profile video how to do that. You have to install an app in each of the different organizations, but make sure that you are restoring into the one that you want. If you're concerned that there's a user that is not going to be present as part of the restore, you could enter a different user. How would you like to search? Either by selecting the backup data or by entering in a keyword. If I leave it set to the default, I can have it look back for my backup data. So do we have anything on October 1st? We do. And then here I can select the object or objects whose records I want to be able to restore. Now if I just click search, again you can see that it requires me to put something in for the keywords. And here is the account that I can restore. Now what you'll notice is that unlike restoring fields, this is one step. There's no select and then click next and then pick the fields. Because when you're restoring records, you are restoring the entire record. You don't get to pick and choose any of the columns, individual fields to be restored. Another great thing for this type of restore is this preview function. If I click preview, it pulls up the record so I can see all the different values that are in there. This is great to be able to make sure that yes, indeed, this is the version of this. Because we know sometimes it's difficult to pinpoint. A user might say they want something restored to the 1st, but actually they want it restored a couple days before that, or maybe one day after. They don't know that. There's no way for them to really be able to figure that out, but I could ask them for additional information about the value of the record. And when I preview it, I can use that to confirm, yes, this is the version of this that we want. Now, if we scroll down, we have standard versus advanced. Advanced asks you if you want to restore parent object records. Imagine I was restoring an opportunity. Well, an opportunity parent would be the account. Do you also want to restore the account as an example? So you can make choices about what to do as far as the parent goes and as far as how it was shared. Do you have any Salesforce automations like flows and workflow rules and so on in place? If so, will executing a restore trigger any of those automations? Will it anticipate that a field has been updated? Do you have anything that sees when fields are updated and then runs? If so, would you like to turn those off during the restore to make sure that certain processes do not kick off as if a user was directly updating something? How would you like to handle conflicts? Do not overwrite essentially gives you a skip versus overwrite. Do you want to restore child object records? So again, now if I'm restoring an account, do I want to restore any child object records, which could be things like opportunities? You can see that you do have some options here, including select the number of hierarchies for restoring the child object records. How far down do you want to go? Now, of course, this requires some understanding of how you've got your Salesforce organization set up. We know that we can go into Salesforce and we can go into the admin console and we can see the parent and child relationships between the different types of objects. So be aware of how that's going to work. Of course, if you're not sure, or if you think, no, I'm restoring this account, but it shouldn't have any impact on any of the values that are translated into any of the child objects, well, you can just say, do not restore. Finally, do you want to restore any audit fields that are associated with certain values on that record? Once you've made all your choices, you can run now. You can also attempt to export that content into CSV as well. So quite a bit different from restoring fields. Now, if I come up here and do restore objects, which one is that going to look more like? Is it more like restoring fields or restoring records? Well, when we jump right in here, we can see it looks much more like restoring a record. What organization, default user, and then what's the range that you want to search to restore. So if I go back to October 1st, here we are. What object types am I looking at? I'm going to continue to pick on account. and I click Preview. Now notice in this instance, it tells me there are 22 accounts, and you'll notice it is not allowing me in any way to pick or choose. Because as the description said back on the previous page, restoring objects will restore all records for that object. So I'm not going to put one back because I can't just pick one. This is going to be a higher level type of a restore. Something happens to all of your accounts, or something happens to all of your campaigns, all of your cases, all of your contacts, contracts, and so on. Everything that's in here, leads, opportunities, something happened to each of those records within that object type, you want to restore them all back. Beyond that, it's very similar to records. Standard, advanced lets you choose what to do with parent objects. How do you want to handle any automations? How do you want to handle conflicts? How do you want to restore child objects if you want to? Do you want to restore audit fields? Or there's one additional option, do you want to anonymize your data? Anonymization is something that you can set up in your settings. So if I go to the settings page, all the way down we have anonymization template. What anonymization allows you to do is to replace real data with randomly generated data. The value in doing this is the data that gets restored is not actual data that could, depending on the nature of the restore, pose risk to the organization. An example might be, perhaps we have a test production org, which I know sounds a little strange, but it's not a dedicated sandbox. And we don't want to actually put the data in its original form, real data, back into that environment for testing purposes. So I would want to anonymize that to ensure that it's not real data, it's not anything that's going to pose any type of privacy or any other type of regulatory risk to having it in that organization. So I can anonymize. Anonymization also becomes really valuable when you do sandbox seeding with data, which is very similar to the process I just described, but it's not a restore action. We're going to take a look at sandbox seeding in another video. So when it comes down to restore, your number one thing is not to have to worry about going into each of these screens and memorizing every single field, memorizing every single box. It's understanding which you need to go into in that moment. One value into a record, one record for an object, one object and all of its records, something more catastrophic where I want to restore all of the data from my organization, perhaps just metadata values, someone overwrote an organizational metadata value we need to restore, or, as we talked about during our backup settings, if you need to restore data from a CSV file rather than restoring it from the live backup data, which you can see when I come in here, still very, very similar. The difference is that you have to browse for the CSV. Once you have it, all of the options down below are going to be the same. So what are you trying to restore? Thanks for watching this short video on how to execute restores for AvePoint Cloud Backup for Salesforce.